It starts the same way every time. You're drifting off, that hazy moment where your body feels weightless, slipping between wakefulness and sleep. Then the sound, faint at first, a distant rattling, like rusted chains dragged across a stone floor. It's not coming from outside, not from a neighbour, it's inside your head. Then the paralysis sets in. You try to move, but something holds you down. You try to scream, but nothing comes out. And then you feel it, a presence, watching, waiting. You're not alone. This isn't sleep paralysis, it's something much, much older. The Watchers never left. Book of Enoch describes them as the Watchers, the fallen angels who once stood beside God but betrayed their purpose. They descended to earth, breaking divine law, taking human wives and birthing the Nephilim, a race of giants, beings of immense power that corrupted mankind. But when the great flood came to cleanse the earth, the bodies of the Nephilim died, but their souls did not. They were cursed to wander the earth as demons, forever seeking bodies to inhabit. And where are we most vulnerable? In our sleep. This is why, before you drift off, you hear the chains, because the Watchers, the ones cast down, are still shackled to this realm. They cannot enter unless you let them. Who guards the gates? The Vatican archives hold texts that speak of this war, accounts of shadowed figures at the foot of beds, of chains rattling before sleep, of entities waiting for the moment when your soul is free to wander. Catholic exorcists have long warned of demons that prey on the unconscious, whispering nightmares into the minds of those who are too spiritually weak to resist. The prayers before bed, the Lord's Prayer, the Ave Maria, the protection of St. Michael, they were not just rituals, they were weapons, defensive spells against the forces lurking beyond the veil. The Pope himself has spoken of demonic activity in the modern world. The Church knows that sleep is when the soul is at its most unprotected. That's why ancient monks recited prayers before bed, to keep the Watchers from returning. Islamic tradition speaks of the jinn, entities of smokeless fire that exist between realms. Unlike angels or demons, they can make their own choices, but some are malevolent, feeding off human fear, disguising themselves as shadows, appearing in dreams to deceive. The Gnostics wrote of the archons, the rulers of the material world, who keep human souls trapped in an endless cycle of life, death, and rebirth, never remembering, always forgetting. They are the ones who pull the strings from the shadows, keeping us blind to our true origins. Buddhism teaches of Mara, the demon who tried to prevent Gautama Buddha from reaching enlightenment, using illusions, temptations, and fear to keep souls trapped in the material plane. Every religion speaks of these forces. They don't want you to wake up. And the most terrifying part, they have been watching you since birth. That sudden jolt before you fall asleep, the one that snaps you awake, leaving your heart racing. Science calls it a hypnic jerk, just a harmless reflex. But what if it's not? What if that jolt is your soul trying to fight back? What if that's the moment something tries to slip inside but you wake up just in time? Think about it. Why does it happen only at the edge of sleep? Why do so many report seeing figures standing at their bedside when it happens? What if your body knows? What if it's trying to protect you from something you can't see? What happens if you don't wake up? Some don't. They slip too far. They wake up in their rooms, but something is different. Their reflection doesn't move. The voices in their heads aren't their own. And the worst part, their loved ones don't notice, because it still looks like them. But inside, something else is wearing their skin. How to protect yourself. Pray before sleep. Every ancient tradition has protective words, the Lord's Prayer, the Shahada, Buddhist mantras. They were all designed to keep the dark ones out. Never let yourself sleep in fear. Fear is an invitation. The more afraid you are, the easier it is for them to find you. Avoid mirrors at night. Many traditions warn against looking into mirrors past midnight. Some say that your reflection isn't always yours after dark. If you hear the chains, wake up. Because if you don't, something else will.